Hey guys, this is going to be a video response to Tactical Defender's contest. I was recently made aware of his YouTube channel because of his contest, and I just wanted to throw my hat into the ring on that one. If you haven't checked out his channel or his website, TacticalDefender.com, definitely encourage you guys to look into that. I kind of browsed through it a bit earlier today, and was very impressed with the layout as well as the products that he offered, and his prices seemed quite reasonable as well, so definitely check that out if you haven't. But the contest was a question that he had concerning your EDC, and what is the one thing that you absolutely wouldn't do without if you had to get rid of everything else. So I put quite a bit of thought into this, and I think I finally narrowed it down to the one thing. As you can see, this is more or less my daily EDC, give or take. I almost never leave home without this handful of items. Ignore this one for now. This is the one I usually carry. But when thinking about it, it was a little bit difficult, but I did easily remove a couple right away. And the first one was my wallet. This is usually empty anyway. Unfortunately, and the only other thing I really carry in it is my ID. That's of use to me anyway, and even that I don't need very often, just if I'm maybe buying some beer or something like that, but I could go without that for a while if I really needed to, so that was a pretty easy pick. Next thing, it's probably my keys. That's definitely another thing that I don't use every day. And sometimes I do need to drive around and go places, but again, not a daily occurrence, so I could do without that. Everyone's lost their keys for at least some length of time, and I have as well, and my world didn't change, so that's number two. Third thing, it starts to get a little bit harder at this point, but I did pick this. It's my Cold Steel Voyager Large, one of my favorite EDC blades, but again, with these two that I normally carry as well, it's a little bit redundant, so I could put that away, stick it in a drawer for a while. So then we're kind of down to these three, and again, getting a little bit more difficult, but even before I would give up these two, which again are kind of redundant, I would probably lose this. I've only recently started carrying a pocket flashlight, and people have got along just fine without them for well before I was around, so being as I'm not afraid of the dark, that could go away too. And then we kind of got down to these last two items, and this is where a little bit of a backstory comes in, and this is why these two kind of took priority over anything else. The story is simply this. One of my earliest memories as a kid was going through my dad's top drawer with him one day as he was kind of cleaning it out, and seeing his Victorinox Swiss Army knife. It may have been just a little bit different of a model than this one, or it might have been the same one, I'm not sure. This isn't the knife, that's for sure, but that's the one thing I'll never forget, is just seeing that leather sheath that he carried it in, asking him what it was, and him showing it to me. And for as old as it was, I believe he had had it since he was a kid. The thing looked brand new, and it was still really shiny, and just one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. And being as at the time I wanted to be just like my dad, that became one of the things I dreamed about having. And like I said, it was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen, just to see a little kind of a toolbox and just a small compact package. And that fire was even further ignited when a show called MacGyver came on one day after school, and I got really hooked into that. So I definitely thought the Swiss Army knife was just the cat's pajamas, and just something that I've always wanted to have my whole life. And I did have a lot of Swiss Army knives as a kid. Unfortunately, they were all knockoffs. Maybe some advertisement knives or some cheap Chinese-made ones. And eventually all those were lost, broken, misplaced. And it wasn't even until recently that I got a real one, just to kind of fulfill that childhood dream of owning one. But I did carry this for quite some time. It was eventually replaced by the Soldier. No specific reason. I just picked up one of these one day and really liked it. But I think my dad's Swiss Army knife was one of the things that definitely got me, first of all, into knives, and really just into tools in general. But even after that, my dad's father, my grandfather, picked up a multi-tool one day, and he was another man that I really looked up to and really wanted to be like. And he actually had a SOG multi-tool, but I didn't even know too much about those at the time. I thought the Swiss Army knife was it as far as portable toolboxes went. But when I saw that pair of multi-pliers with all the same functions and the added benefit of some needle nose pliers, that kind of replaced my coolest thing ever in my list of things that I wanted. And I actually picked up one of these when I was a teenager. Had to scrape quite a bit of money together. It took a little bit of time, but I finally got one, and that was just one of the happiest days that I can remember as a kid, when I finally picked up my Leatherman Wave. And to be honest, I wore that one out. This is actually my second one. And I ended up giving the worn out one to a friend. I don't know how good of a friend that makes me, but did pick up a new one. And kind of an interesting little side note. Me and my brother as teenagers also scraped up our money together one Christmas and bought my dad one. And that's actually in his EDC now. So it kind of went from wanting what he carried to him wanting what we carried. And now me, my dad, and my brother all carry one of these Leatherman Waves every single day. So I reluctantly got rid of the Swiss Army knives, as cool as those were, and even though that kind of started everything for me, set those aside. And I thought this would be it as far as the last single thing, but I decided to break it down even more as I was kind of getting sentimental. And this may be a little bit corny, but I even put this away. And the one EDC that I can never leave home without, or even put down if I tried, would just be all the values and skills that my dad instilled in me. From as early as I can remember, with the knife interests, to the multi-tools, to just all the skills and values and worth ethics that he put into my heart. And honestly, without that foundation that my father laid for me, and even my grandfather, both on my dad's side and my mom's side, I really don't think I'd have any uses for any of these other items, whether it be tools or a wallet. I mean, I even attribute my success with jobs I've had throughout my life just to their values and, again, their work ethics that they've instilled. So that's definitely going to be my one single item that I have to have. It's just that mindset, that worth ethic, whatever you want to call it, that my dad put into my heart and my mind, and to which I can contribute probably the majority of my success. So that's it. It's not really anything you could see on the table here, unfortunately, but I think we can all identify with that, hopefully. Even if not from our dads, from some role model that we've had in our life. So that's it. That's my video response. I hope you enjoyed it, and everyone have a great day.